So, Tony, are you ready? I think we need to start. They will join in one by one, and hope so. So, are you ready?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready. No problem.
Yeah. So, thank you all of our community members again. And first, I want to sorry for that. It was a network issue. So, thank you for joining here again, and I hope all of our community members will join soon. So, Tony, as I know that you are the CEO of the Platinum O2, so could you please introduce yourself and the Platinum first?
Sure. Well, again, my name is Tony Drake, and I'm one of the co-founders of the technology MMP, and the company is Weissman Management Partners and Associates. And as I said before, we basically created a technology that makes mining cryptocurrencies easier, requires 80% less energy, and we created actually a token to support the technology, and that token is PlatinumO2. It's built on the Solana platform, and that's what we're working to bring to the industry within the next several months.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for describing about platinum. So I just wanted to add something about the platinum that what is actually. So the platinum tokens are an SPL cryptocurrency token. They can be entered by staking, sharing, and promoting the Platinum 2 token in various utility applications as outlined in the previous the sections of the white paper, and the Platinum O2 utility token holders will be able to redeem their Platinum tokens through the weekly distribution from staking. So I just wanted to say everyone that you can buy and hold their token. No worry about that.
Yes. And let me just add
Yeah, sure.
what we're doing with this technology is something that has not quite been done. When we look at the entire blockchain ecosystem, we see that there's a lot of what is called proof of stake. And in our observation, we realize that proof of stake comes with a lot of problems. Unlike proof of work, where the product is being generated through, you know, technical engineering and mining through computer systems, etc. Proof of work is a little different. It has a similar system as a fiat currency. And what we're looking at is that's where a lot of the problems will arise is in the proof of work area, including exchanges. So what we wanted to create, or what we have created, was a entire ecosystem with the Platinum O2 token and the MMP technology. With that, what we're looking at doing is bringing the technology to everyone. And I'm talking about to the average person, to companies, to businesses, to organizations. That way they can actually mine cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, like Litecoin, and others that still operate on proof of work profitably. And that is the emphasis right now. Platinum O2 token supports that process. Our technology is going to be the kind of technology based on licensing agreements. So we are working towards bringing this technology to companies, large companies that can put the product out across the world relatively fast. Companies like Apple, companies like Azure, and other companies that are based in manufacturing, etc. So this is what we're working on, and we want to do that, as I said, within the next several months.
Yeah, that's true. That is, you described that you want to bring the world together. So I just wanted to know that how does the modes work together and the switch?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Yeah, I just want to know that how does the modes work together and switch? Can you explain it to your community?
Sure. When it comes to the technology that we created, if I may say, the technology works where when it is installed, when it is utilized, the electronics of this particular system, if I may say, works similar to a computer. The difference is it is a micro mining partition device. So let's look at your typical miner. It may be 2 terahash, 4, 24, what have you. But it requires a lot of energy. Our approach was to take that same technology and break it down into smaller components that will produce the exact same amount of energy aggregated, but spread out over a large audience, a large population of people, so that that pool for that particular device, which is the CX model, which is the consumer model, will have one pool, and it will be based on equity. So those who are mining in that pool will get the exact same shares. There will not be like more hash power here or more hash power coming from there. It is designed so it's completely equitable, and it's not controlled or manipulated like central systems like Bitcoin or Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. This is strictly for the people. It will never be centralized. It will always be decentralized. So at this time, what people can look forward to is receiving rewards, not simply from mining, but also running validated nodes, because this technology does several things that no miner does. This technology, mine cryptocurrency, can run validated nodes, run master nodes, and you can select the package of crypto mining you would like to do. For instance, if you would like to mine Bitcoin, you can mine Bitcoin. If you would like to mine Zcash, you can mine Zcash, or Monero, or Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash. All of these are proof of work. This is the difference, and it's for the people. Unlike a lot of the blockchain projects, the power starts at the top and then it trickles down. With this technology, it starts where it begins, with the people. And it stays there. That's the difference. And it will never change. The language, the protocol, the development of this project can never be centralized in the hands of a few. It starts decentralized and it runs the entire course of being decentralized on the unique partition devices. So the people will be completely in control of it.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for describing that how the modes work together and switch. So you described it very greatly. So I think everyone has get it. I want just to say some missions about the Platinum too. That Platinum mission is to support the expansions of the wealth and health to the message through it is called message through the MMP, that is the micro mining partition device. So the most energy efficient devices worldwide. So the platinum package seeks to the formulate and distribute the vast nutritional resources the naturally available throughout the world. So here's the some missions about the platinum too. So I think it is clear to all. So, could you please say something about your security?
Sure. With regard to, let's say, the technology, because we looked at every aspect of it. When you look at exchanges and you look at the fact that a lot of exchanges, not all of them, have been breached in some respect. The way this technology is designed does not need an exchange. In other words, let's say that you set up a wallet or 2 or 3 wallets. The way this technology works is it mines the token, sends it directly to your wallet. You can select up to 3 wallets where your mining rewards or validator or master node rewards will go directly to your wallet. It will never have to go through an exchange. That's one. The cryptography or the security systems for this technology is very broad. Now we're building it on 2 platforms. We're building it on Linux first. And while building it on that particular platform, the security mechanisms in the cryptography language to protect it is very strong. It's equal to the protocol of Litecoin. Litecoin has never been breached. Litecoin has never been hacked. And so what Litecoin did was they looked at all of the problems that Bitcoin had and they corrected it. So we're talking about the security of an improved Litecoin protocol with very little gas fees, little to no gas fees, very, very small, like, like Solana. So very small gas fees, high level cryptography security, decentralized. It's for the people. They get the rewards. And this time that we live in, we realize that a lot of people are having financial problems and financial stress. This technology and its ecosystem, which are 5 parts to this technology, gives everybody access to the ecosystem and the technology. So the security is almost unbreachable. So it's very difficult to breach the security protocol of the cryptography because we're constantly layering it. And then again, it's decentralized. So once you download the app to your phone or your laptop or your computer or your iPad, any computer devices, interoperability allows that. Once you download it, it's totally encrypted. So it can't be breached. And it will have the same security protocol as any wallet. Your phrase, your 12 to 24 phrase word, it will have your phone, email, or SMS sent to you to make sure that it's you accessing your wallet or your crypto assets. So it's very, very strong security system.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for describing about your security. Cause security is very important. Each of the aspects in crypto. Cause if you don't provide the highest security, no one want to get interest to invest your project. So no worry about the platinum security. Anyone can buy their token, and as they are provided so much security, so no worry about it. So
Right.
how much the hash power per model unit? Can you explain it?
Sure. Definitely. So there'll be 3 units. We have the CX unit, and the hash power on that is 100 mega hash. That's the max. And keep in mind, it's a micro partition device, so its hash power will be linked with every other unit in operation. Then there is the commercial unit, and that unit will be roughly around half a gigahash. That's the commercial. Then we have the industrial unit, which will be between 2 to 4 terahash mining power or hash power. So each of these units will be basically designed to have multiple functions, not simply mining. Because right now the way mining devices are designed is basically to just mine a particular coin. This technology does not work in that way. You can literally choose which mining package directly on your phone you would like to mine. Let's say you start with Monero and you look at the rewards for Monero. Then you can actually switch to Zcash or switch to Bitcoin or switch to Bitcoin Cash. Literally, you can do this on your cell phone. Your operating system will be directly on your computer that will operate that device. So hacking it and disrupting it will be very difficult because it will be through the unit and it will be through your phone. That's the connection. And those 3 units will be the units that we're bringing to the market worldwide. And again, we're looking for partners. So, anyone who's interested can definitely connect with us. And again, the PlatinumO2 token is available. And once we bring the PlatinumO2 token into its pre-sale phase, which will be after this event, 1 week after this event, we will be doing the PlatinumO2 pre-sale on several exchanges. That's to get it out and to make it available to people to be able to become aware of what we're doing and this huge project that we're working on. And I think the world needs it right now. But in addition to that, let me say that once we do our licensing agreements with several companies, the PlatinumO2 token's value will go up exponentially. Now it's only going to be a few cents. But as soon as we announce the first partnership with one of the larger companies that's going to have a licensing agreement to produce, sell, and utilize this technology, the token is going to go up exponentially. How fast? I don't know. But the most important part of it is from that token and the mining part of what the technology will do, we will be able to pair that token eventually with several other well-established stable coins, because that is really the objective, so that it doesn't have to fluctuate. With what we're doing, it won't necessarily be in the same category as other tokens that rise and fall with Bitcoin. We want to separate from that, because right now, unlike most of the tokens out or coins that's out right now, ours will be directly associated with a technology, a tangible physical technology and digital technology and ecosystem, and we will expand it. It's going to be much more involved in the expansion of this technology, because we have several other IPs that's coming with this current technology. So it's going to continue to expand. And I think that's what's very important, to be 4 or 5 steps ahead of everyone else. Because clearly, here's what we see. This technology is going to become the standard. It's very clear. Because right now, the way that mining is occurring, lots of cities and states don't want mining in their regions because it pulls too much energy from the grid system. And in addition to that, a lot of issues, particularly here in America, there are a lot of issues right now about, mining, and the fact that it takes too much power, and taking too much power to mine takes away from domestic use, from industrial use, etc. We've solved that problem. And in solving that problem, we're ready to bring this technology to the world. Of course, it may start here in the US, but this technology is designed for the world, and it will ease the financial stress and a lot of poverty around the world. That's what we designed it for the people, which is what Bitcoin originally was designed for, but it was usurped. Now it's controlled by the elites. We want to do something very unique with this technology.
Okay, thank you for describing your the just one. Yeah, thank you for describing about your the hash power model. So, I just wanted to say that this energy alternative mining process, widely adapted, will reduce the energy required to the mine cryptocurrencies by 8% on a global scale, by reducing energy the consumptions by 80%, while the
Hmm.
simultaneously rising as increasing cryptocurrency mining efficiency by the 50% in terms of global adoptions of MMP technology. So can reduce the market volatility and the cryptocurrencies, the fluctuation price values. So am I right?
Yes, and keep this in mind. There was a there
Yeah.
was a news article. There was a news article that recently came out, and this particular broadcaster talked about how the stock market and the cryptocurrencies market correlated, and that's never happened before. I think the answer to that question, because she posed that question, and the answer to that question is the same people who control the stock markets also now control the crypto markets, like Ethereum. Ethereum basically has been usurped by the elites, the big money interests, just like Bitcoin has. So they can basically stir and they can direct the crypto markets just like they do with the stock market. So the same people who control the stock market now basically control cryptocurrencies. And that's the problem. So everything rise and fall with Bitcoin. The problem is that Bitcoin is now in the hands of very few people. And I did the research and found that the Bitcoin holders basically were less than like 5% of Bitcoin owners. It's concentrated in fewer and fewer and fewer hands. And that's a problem. That's not what Bitcoin was designed to do. This particular model changes that. And it's very difficult to disrupt it because it's completely decentralized. Looking at Bitcoin nodes, master nodes, and just validator nodes. If you look at it, it's spread out pretty wide. Well, this technology would do that times 100,000, maybe a million. Look at all of Bitcoin validator nodes or master nodes. And this technology would do that times a million because it would be spread over a larger audience globally. Bitcoin doesn't have that many validators. I think it's a little over 100,000. No, we're talking about millions. That way you cannot manipulate this market. You cannot usurp it. You can't, how would I put this? You can't come in and buy up a lot of what's going, what's being mined. It goes directly to the people from their unit through their phone to their wallet. Their wallet can be a hardware wallet. It can be a paper wallet. It doesn't matter. But it can't be manipulated like the crypto markets. Once you remove the tokens or the coins that you mine and it goes to your wallet, keep this in mind. A lot of people don't realize this. But if you have a crypto debit card, once you put your funds on that crypto debit card, it remains the same. It doesn't change with the market fluctuations. But that's the risk that the crypto debit cards take. If you have 10,000 in crypto and you put it on your card, it doesn't change regardless of what happens in the market. That's very important.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for describing and the pros and cons about your market and so on. And as you have already described the power required in the previous question, so I'm not going to ask this. So I just want to know that how does this unit run the 24 hours in the 7 days?
Thank you for that. This is the unique part about this technology and the ecosystem. Now, the ecosystem simply represents the other components which complement the technology. Now, consider this. When we look at this world, we know that the world operates on multiple time zones. Like the time zone that you're in is way ahead of the time zone that we're in the USA. We are on Eastern Standard Time, and the time that you're on is in a completely different time zone. Consider this concept. You have different time zones operating these units. So for it to run 24/7 is a very simple equation. Some of it I can't present right now because some of it is unique for the IP. However, if you're in, let's say, you're in Europe and I'm in the US, in most cases that'll be a 5 or 6 hour difference or time zone difference where Europe is ahead. And the further you go east, the further the time increases in terms of being ahead of Eastern Standard Time. We have a concept that we like to call hash share. Hash share simply means when your unit is not operating, that the hash that's being produced from other units will be able to share a portion of it when your unit is not operating. That way it can run 24/7. That is a unique equation that we have developed. It's very unique. So every unit will be able to run 24/7, even if it's, let's say, it's some downtime, because anything can happen. Lights can go out, etc. Doesn't change that equation because you have hash share all over the globe in one pool. And keep this in mind, the way we've designed it is CX, consumer, one pool. Commercial, different pool. Industrial, a different pool. That's the uniqueness about the ecosystem. They won't be commingled. CX, consumer, is just that. It will never commingle with the commercial or the industrial.
Yeah, thank you for describing all about your that how do you working behind this project. So that's really amazing. Through this question and answer, we will have finished our first segment. We're going to Twitter. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So, what makes the MMP and Platinum 2 token unique among all other blockchain projects?
What makes it unique is this. Designing a project on the blockchain can involve several things. One can be where your service is for big companies or maybe the financial institutions or transactions, etc. Our project is for people. There's little to no projects on the blockchain that is designed specifically for the people, not corporations, not financial institutions, not international trade, etc., because the average person has no control over that. But this is designed for people. Literally, it's designed for the people. So the project is designed for people. The units are designed where it costs people very little with the ecosystem that we've built in it so that people will be able to access the technology. You won't have to pay these huge fees to get access to this technology. It is completely set up differently. So I think the key to it is what's unique about our project versus other projects is it's built for people, and people will benefit from it. People will be able to increase their wealth from it. People will be able to increase their income from it. It will be passive income, residual income, recurring income based on the ecosystem that we've created. And so it's unique. It's very unique. I've seen nothing like it. But it just took years and years to understand how economies of the world work and looking at the blockchain and how it works. So this is why our project is more unique than most projects on the blockchain. And it's exciting. It brings a new element into the blockchain that creates stability on the blockchain. Right now, cryptocurrencies are very unstable. What we bring will stabilize these markets. There will be no reason for the fluctuations in price of cryptocurrencies and tokens with this technology spread out where more people have access. There will be no reason for that instability.
Yeah, thank you for describing that why your token is very unique on this marketplace. So I think you have described so many aspects, the uniqueness about your token also. So through the observations, how much crypto is produced daily through the mathematical example.
Sure. Hypothetically, when you have, let's just use the CX model, which is the consumer models. What we're talking about is because we will spread this technology out over a vast amount of users. This will produce millions in crypto daily. Now, I can give some examples. In the white paper, it shows some examples. For instance, if you have 10,000 units connected, that's in one pool, the pool that we actually set up. We won't join a pool, we'll set up a pool, which means that that particular pool will be able to disperse the rewards equally to all users. We're talking about millions daily. And the more people we bring into the pool, which increase the hash power and stabilize the mining of whichever cryptocurrency that's being mined, regardless of the difficulty rate in mining, what will happen is the distribution of rewards from that pool will be equal to all users and it will produce millions. We're looking at the kind of hash power, we're looking at a lot of hash power. We're talking about terahash, 1,000 terahash, 5,000 terahash, depending on how many users come into that pool. And when we're talking about that kind of hash power, even based on the uniqueness of the algorithms for each token, we're still looking at millions being generated in crypto assets.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I just want to add it that some increase that the token increasing value. The Platinum O2 token is innovate approach to deep the neurology rich product from the nature's original DNA botanicals from. So what is commonly known as the wild species or the ancestors and today modern crops. will change the standard for the modern nutrition worldwide, and at its core, will begin the fundamentally influences the true actions of the real health in the 21st century. So, which creates the enormous values. So that's how the platinum O2 tokens increase their value. So anyone can buy their token, no worry about it.
Yes,
Yeah. So
purchasing
what
the platinum.
can?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, you can. No problem. I'm asking later.
Well, let me just say that the after we do this session, and literally the following week, we will be doing our pre-sale, which we would like everyone who's joining us today to be able to go to our Twitter page, our Discord, and Telegram and join it, because we're going to do an airdrop the following week, which will be the same week that we will be doing our pre-sale. So those who go now to and I'll ask the host to list our Discord, our Twitter, and our Telegram, because those who join will be able to receive tokens in our airdrop that we're going to be doing next week, and that will follow our pre-sale. Now, let me just say, PlatinumO2 supports health and wealth. Now, I don't want to confuse it, but it supports health because right now in this world, there are a lot of health problems going on. So we support natural health from plants, from botanical plants. We do support that. And the technology will just simply allow people to have more resources, more crypto financial resources to be able to take care of themselves well and their family while improving their financial position in this world. That's what we're focusing on. So health and wealth is our motto. And again, the PlatinumO2 technology ecosystem, and I'll be sharing more of that for the people who join our Telegram, our Discord, and our Twitter. Will get more information as we move forward. But that information regarding the PlatinumO2 token and the projects associated with it and our progress will be presented daily starting next week. So again, I'd like to encourage those people who are supporting us on this AMA to definitely join our platforms of Twitter, Discord, and Telegram, and you'll be able to keep up with the progress of what we're doing with the project.
Yeah, that's true. So I just want to request all of our community members, if you want to take part their pre-sale program and so on, you just stay in with the Platinum O2 and buy their token, hold their token, and stake will be benefited with so many stakes. So as you said, the pre-sale is very soon will happening. So where can I buy or anyone buy your Platinum O2 tokens now? What are your current contract address and how can one buy them and what are the benefits you're providing?
Sure. Well, we will be doing our pre-sale and we will announce where those who are interested in our token can purchase. And we will be doing that again, like I said, next week, Monday. So join our Telegram, our Twitter, and our Discord, and we're going to give you all of that information so you'll be able to link right in. And the benefits of it is, of course, if you stake, you will be able to receive your rewards weekly, but also this is something special. Once we complete our pre-sale, those who are joining us, we're going to send you a certified document where you will be able to get that unit at a deeply discounted price for those who join us. We will know who joined us because we will look and we will see who's joined our Telegram, Discord, and Discord, Telegram, and our Twitter. And again, you will be informed daily on what we're doing, and you will be able to get that certified document so that when the unit comes, and it'll be coming out this year, you will be able to receive your unit and you will have the instructions on how to install it, and you'll be ready to go. You'll be joining that unique pool, that MMP pool. So yes, keep in touch with us through the social media platforms that I presented, and you will have all of the information. It will be there available for you.
Yeah, that's true. That to know more information about the Platinum O2, you need to, or everyone need to join their Telegram, their Discord, and their Twitter also, because they will provide all informations there, all update there. You will be able to know everything about the Platinum from them.
Yes, all of the information will be there. And the good thing about it is that information will basically give you access not only to the token and give you more information about what's going on in the crypto markets and how we're circumventing a lot of the downside of the crypto market with the technology. You will always have income with this
Yeah,
technology because
that's
it's
great.
designed to do it. Yes.
Okay, so do the mining device contain the security protocol from hacking and the thief?
Repeat that question, please.
Yeah, sure. I'm repeating it. So, do the mining device contain the security protocol from hacking and the thief?
Yes, absolutely. The unit contains those protocols, but also, and maybe I should mention it, but the unit can be tracked. So even if someone tried to steal it, it can be tracked real time. But more importantly, yes, hacking it would be very, very difficult. Very difficult. In fact, it would have the same level of cryptography as Apple computers or any high security device. Yes, it will be contained in the unit and you will operate it through your cell phone.
Yeah, so no worry about their security, as Tony said that they provided the highest security behind this. So no worry about the security for hacking and the thief and stolen and so on.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm going to ask the last questions from the Twitter. That each project created has its own missions and goals. So what are your missions and goals in the future?
Well, ultimately, what our goal is to see cryptocurrency work for people rather than people, you know, worry themselves about rug pulls and hacking and theft. Our goal is to produce a device through technology that take people out of the situation of always having to work and just work and pay bills and work and pay bills. In my opinion, I don't believe that we as humans on this earth should be working for other people just to live on this planet. It just makes us slaves. I believe that we can create technology, I know we can, that will allow people to be able to earn income without having to be laborers for everybody or companies. So why not produce a technology that can generate the income that's so broad throughout the blockchain? If you go to the blockchain and go to any of the platforms like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, literally you have thousands of cryptocurrencies. But what are they designed for? They're designed for either services to institutions, financial institutions, trade, etc., and that's great. But then you have those that are just for monetary purpose, like Bitcoin Cash, like Monero, like Zcash. Some of them are just for financial activity. So we want to access all of that. In fact, the way the device works, you can mine two cryptocurrencies at the same time. So it's designed for the people. And that's our goal, to take people out of these situations where they have to labor or always short of money, always some kind of financial crisis. This technology is designed to be able to begin to eliminate that because I don't believe that we need to to stay in that space, where we're always just laboring, labor. Why? When technology can remove that, the need for that. Certainly anybody can labor who wants to labor, but this technology can also help support or be a supplement, or more than a supplement. It could be a full-time business. It has many, many opportunities in the ecosystem. And that's what we're going to be presenting, through the social media platforms that I mentioned. We're going to show you the ecosystem. You're going to be amazed, because keep this in mind, we designed it for people, for humanity. And that's the most important thing about this technology, the most important aspects about it. We're presenting it, we're building it for people, because we are people and we've experienced all of these things like most people have. So the technology is designed for people to be able to create sustainable lives through technology without having to labor themselves to death.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for describing all about your Platinum. So we
Yes.
have finished our Twitter segment. Now it's time for live. So before going to the live, you want to say something about your project?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Yeah, I said that we have already finished our Twitter segment. So before going to the live
Okay,
segment, do you want to say something about your projects that will very important to know our community? Just one or two
sure,
words.
sure. To the community, what I am suggesting right now is what we are offering does not exist in the world today. If the blockchain was built to be able to solve problems, then I think more emphasis should be concentrated to solve the problems that exist in this world amongst humanity. This technology does a number of things. One, it gives income. Two, it supports projects that will allow people to be able to improve upon their health. But more importantly, what it does is it gives you access to crypto resources so that you can do more than just labor for the rest of your life. That is what the technology is designed for. So the ecosystem, it's very broad, and it allows multiple points of entry. In some areas, the barrier to entry is high, where in some other areas, it's low. However, anyone who wants to participate can. But those who are going to be very active, there's some work requirements in it, but it doesn't take a lot of your time, and you receive maximum reward for your participation. So there's definitely a unique proposition with this technology that people will be able to look at and see the value in it. It brings a lot of value. That's the difference.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for everything and for answering all the questions from the Twitter intro. And you have made a great descriptions about your Platinum. So that's amazing. So are you ready for the live?
I'm ready.
Yeah. So our community members, please raise your hands so that I can choose someone to ask question. Okay, Imrul, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Ask your question, please.
Okay. My question is hackers are very active in the market and almost every day we hear about another hack attack. Can you please give some information about the security security system of PKV? How safe are the funds of investor? Do you already have an audit? Is my question. Hello.
Sure. Yes, I can answer that for you. What we have is we have a very strong security protocol, and the token itself is audited. And keep in mind, it's built on the Solana platform. However, what we have done is we put our token on Solana and we put it on Binance Smart Chain. So we have the token on both. yes, we do hear a lot about hacks. However, the way this token is designed is we suggest that when people purchase their token, they set up their wallets. So you can set it up, you can set your wallet up on MetaMask. You can set it up on Solet, which is a wallet designed specifically for Solana tokens. It's very secure and it's decentralized, and you won't have a problem with any hacking or stealing if you use that particular wallet, which is basically for Solana projects. And the way the technology is designed, the software built into the technology, and because it is decentralized and it's highly cryptography layers just won't allow for the hacking of that technology. That is going to be nearly impossible based on the cryptography that's being used. It would be like trying to hack a Apple phone or Apple, it doesn't matter. The cryptography is at the same level of Apple or any of the high security platforms. But it's way beyond what we see in most of the exchanges. And if I may, I would think that most of the exchanges that's being hacked is highly questionable. I think a lot of it may be insider work, you just can't tell these days. So with regard to exchanges, we suggest that people keep their tokens in their paper wallets or hardware wallets or in safe wallets like Solet or MetaMask and a few others.
Okay, thank you, Tony, for describing it. I think he has got his answer. So, Christina, are you here?
Hello,
Priscilla.
yeah,
Ask your
good
question, please.
afternoon. Okay, my question goes like this. How can we trust the project that it's not solely focused on short-term gains? That's say that probably when people get to invest in the project during the long run, the project gets to fold or something just crashes. Hello.
You're right. Yeah, I'm here. I heard your question. Thank you for that
Okay,
question.
so
You're right.
thank you.
This is a problem with blockchain projects. And what we're doing right now is to make people comfortable with this. We want people to see everything that we do. We are totally transparent. We are working right now. I don't know if most people are familiar with a gentleman by the name of Grant Cardone, but we're working directly with Grant Cardone through their 10x incubator program. Through this program, we are introducing the project. It's not going to crash. We've been working on this since like 2017. Now that the technology is here and we have refined it and we're ready to bring it to industry, it's not something that's going to crash. I assure you that Grant Cardone, everybody should look him up right now, Grant Cardone. They would not choose a project of that nature that has that kind of vulnerability. What we had to do to partner with Grant Cardone was a very long process and a very thorough, how would I put this, a vetting process. So we had to submit everything, even our IP, our intellectual property. They had to review everything before they approved a partnership with us. So they're in partnership with us. And the project is so important that to allow for the project to be compromised in any way, those aspects have been eliminated for the most part. But crashing, no. And my phone number, anybody who needs to call me can always call me.
They're trying to call you?
No, I said anyone who wants to call me, they can.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Our phone number is listed on the website.
So, Tony, have you finished that question?
Yes, I'm finished with that question. Unless she had more that she wanted to ask me, but yes.
No, because we need to take so many questions from other. So, the Night Riders, are you there?
Yeah, of course I'm here. Thank you very much for inviting me. Yeah. Mr. Tony, You really
Yes.
did give a wonderful presentation regarding your project. I need to tell you that. That's very wonderful.
Thank you.
So, yeah, the question I need to ask, you actually said something regarding how your project is planning to work with some companies in order to produce some accessories that can actually help for the mining. And at the same time, you actually listed how every other project, so their sole aim is just monetizing everything. They are not actually providing project for the people in order to help them work and earn. Yeah. So now my question is, because I've actually checked your website, you've actually stated out all the things that's actually bothering me. But regarding your project, the question I have is a personal one. If you are to, start the blockchain all over with the look of how your project is and everything you guys have going there, what will you do that's going to make every blockchain product very transparent and, very lovable, and it's going to be just for the people?
Let me put it this way. Consider this. Right now on the blockchain, it's not much excitement because you're seeing tokens like lose their value. You're seeing them go down, even though they promoted these projects as being the projects that people could look forward to, projects that has a lot of possibilities and it's going to help different areas of the economy, et cetera, and then they crash. But they're not backed up by anything but software or an idea that a specific type of software is going to make these things happen. We have software and we have hardware and we have an entire ecosystem. When the blockchain see what or experience and observe what we bring to the blockchain, it will change the blockchain. They don't have a choice. I know the blockchain is like right now, it's roughly right under $2 trillion in terms of value. Here's the issue though. That is tiny when you compare that to most Western economies like the US, even though the US is in debt, but it produced like 20 plus $1 trillion in productivity per year. When you look at the blockchain is a very unstable environment because it was built, look at this, it was built on an ecosystem that started with proof of work, mining. Now the bulk of it is proof of stake, which is very, very unstable. Rug pools, depreciating assets, etc. What we're bringing supports the mining process because two things. Not only does the technology mine, but it has interoperability to other technologies. I can't mention that, but they are major technologies that people use daily. We can implement a certain electronic component to that system to make it even more useful than just mining cryptocurrencies. So the interoperability of it being on multiple devices is one thing, but it has interoperability with other technologies. I can't disclose it all right now because it's an IP, it's intellectual property. But once this project comes to the blockchain changes. And it's not because we're trying to change the blockchain. It is simply what we bring to the blockchain bring value to people globally. That's the difference. No one is doing that. They're looking at, starting a project to get the investors money. And then it seems like, and I've been observing this since 2017. It looks like they lose interest in pursuing whatever it is that they say that they were going to do. Most of them, I don't know what they're doing. Let me just be honest. I don't know what Bitcoin Cash is doing. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything Litecoin is doing. I don't really see a lot that's going on with any of them, to be honest, even though some of them are doing some great and wonderful things. What we're doing is so impactful that everybody's eyes will be on this. I assure you, it is going to take over. It is not simply my words, it just makes sense because traditional mining doesn't make sense. Most people are not benefiting from it. And let me just share this. When Bitcoin is mined through these big operations, they're purchased before they're even mined. They're bought before they're even mined. This is what people don't understand. They have buy orders as soon as the token is mined by bigger investors. They get all of that Bitcoin. So not a lot of it is available for the market. That's why Ethereum was so important when they were doing the Senate hearings here in the US, because the big players are now in Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin does not control Ethereum. That's over. He's just a spokesperson now. I don't know if I totally answered your question, but if you'd like to continue with your question, you can do that now, please. If I answered the question, but please, if you need to ask me more, you can do that now.
No, definitely, you did answer the question. Thank you very much. If I
Yeah,
have
thank
any
You're
you.
other
welcome.
question,
Thank
I
you.
can jump into your Telegram channel. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Jara, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello. Hello, Tony. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. My question is, do token holders have the right to participate in the management of other projects?
Absolutely. We have a ecosystem where we want people to come in. And there's so many talented people that have ideas, because keep in mind, even though we have this ecosystem, we don't see everything. We don't see every application. We don't see everything. So we want people to become a part of that ecosystem so that they can participate in the development and the process of the expanding technology and its use in the global economies. Yes, we are totally open to that. Yes.
Yeah, Jara, I think you have got your answer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So, if you want to know more about the Platinum,
Thank you
you
so
may
much.
join their Discord, you may join their Twitter, and so on if you want to know more about their project. Thank you. So, the next one, a lot of people already raised their hands, so it's difficult to choose someone. Aninda Arum, are you here?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
your question, please.
Okay. My question. My question. Everyone can and easily create tokens, but it takes professional intelligence to keep them valuable in the long run. So, what are your plans to keep your token valuable in the long term? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for that question. Here's what we worked on. The technology is directly connected to the token. So the growth and the expansion of the technology around the globe increases the value of the token. The token has no burn rate. The token is not a token that's going to be diminished, because keep this in mind. When we're talking about a technology and an ecosystem like that enters the blockchain, but not just the blockchain, it will also have impact in the financial markets. It will have impact in the commodity markets. It will have impact in the social order of things. Because now people realize that technology has the ability to earn them income versus them physically having to physically work all of the time to earn income. Technology can do it. If the blockchain can earn hundreds of billions of dollars through just software that's concentrated in few hands, then a technology like this with hardware, with a real ecosystem where people actually participate and make the changes that they want to see, stabilize their token. It's not like the other tokens, because it has a huge expanding ecosystem and 5 additional IPs coming into the market probably the following years. But this initial technology that comes into the market right now will impact the entire globe. Once the world sees it, and they will soon, the entire world will realize that this makes perfect sense and everybody can use it. And this is what stabilizes the token. The token's value go up and up. It may go sideways, but it won't have the same vulnerabilities as, let's say, a Bitcoin or any of the other tokens or coins. And the reason why is this: the technology has so many applications. Right now, I don't know if most people know this, but Bitcoin is so important now to most governments in the world that they're willing to buy your Bitcoin from you, or if that particular country wants to do trade with other countries, let me say, or companies, they would like to do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now becoming a part of the financial systems of the world. So here in the USA, the US government is now saying that Bitcoin is now a part of national security, meaning they want to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. So consider this scenario. PlatinumO2 supports the mining of cryptocurrencies, validated nodes, and other technologies that will be integrated into it with its huge ecosystem. Once that token is mined by your unit, it can be sold directly to your government, a non-taxable event. You receive the fiat, but you're able to maintain the ownership of a certain portion of your cryptocurrency, for instance, Bitcoin. This is by choice. But what happens is you're mining your Bitcoin, a certain amount of it is sold to the US government for fiat, and you keep a percentage of it so that it itself will continue to grow, and that becomes a taxable event, and you're helping the government and you're helping yourself. So win-win. There's no invasion of your private, assets or your financials, because you're selling to your government. Governments want Bitcoin. So with this technology, it being sold to governments while you keep a portion and receive fiat for that payment creates a very stable and good situation for the entire nation. That's how we see this technology, because all countries are now adapting Bitcoin. I thought Turkey would hold out, but now Turkey has adopted Bitcoin. And all other nations, more than likely, will do the same. It's not many nations who are basically against Bitcoin. It's a few, but most of them are looking at Bitcoin as a stable source of value. And people should not get confused about the crypto markets going down. That's just part of the manipulation, because they're trying to shake weak hands from certain cryptocurrencies, but they're going to go back up with less people owning it. And that's the way they do it. They weaken the markets, buy up all of the excess, and then what happens? Then the price go back up. They always do that. So the PlatinumO2 token will be stable based on the technology and all that it is doing, its initiatives, which are broad. And we basically welcome anyone's input to be a part of this process. It helps your government, it helps your nation, it helps you, it helps your family. And that's what the technology is designed to do. So the PlatinumO2 token is stabilized through that entire process.
Yeah, Aninda, are you here?
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, thank you. I
Thank
think we
you.
have got your answer. So I'm going to take the Jarif. Are you here?
Hello, sir. Are you here?
Yeah, ask your
Yes.
question, please.
My question: what products have you bought for the community till now? Who can be definite from platform? That's my question, sir.
Okay.
Tony, did you get it?
Can you repeat his question, please?
I think I get it.
Okay.
Just like he asked about that. What is your plan for now, and how will we want benefited from your platform?
Sure.
Can I?
So the way people will benefit from it is, number one, the PlatinumO2 token value will go up immediately once we have completed 2 steps, our pre-sale and our licensing agreement. That's one. And of course, you can stake it and you can exchange it. You'll be able to do other things. But the second part of it is the technology itself. The way we have designed the distribution for this technology is you will be able to sell these units yourself. For instance, you may want to have, let's say, a partnership with us where you say, we would like to distribute this product. So we give you an agreement, and now you can distribute these products. That is a part of how it benefits you. And then the ecosystem is so huge in terms of its components. We have one component we call hash share. We have another component we call fortune runners. We have 5 parts of this ecosystem, which allows people to enter into that ecosystem and get the most out of it from their participation and their work in that ecosystem. So the token, staking it at this point will be one of the elements that benefit the user. The technology will benefit the user, and the 5 parts of the ecosystem will benefit the user. It's just how much participation and how much involvement you would want in this process or in this entire ecosystem of PlatinumO2 token, which is the official token of MMP, the micro mining partition devices, which is going to change the mining industry, period. It's just sensible. It just makes sense. It's less costly. You can distribute it much wider, and you can still have a great amount of profitability while sharing, while people are sharing in that pool. So it benefits everyone who gets involved in it.
Yeah, thank you, Tony, for
Yeah.
this answer. So I'm going to take the last questions from the Telegram segment. The IO, Batmash, are you here?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
evening.
Ask your question, please.
Yes, I've been reading about this project and how it works. It looks very complex and stuff. So my question is, what are the major difficulties you faced while creating this technology, and how did you overcome them? Also, what are your 3 major priorities for the year 2022? Thank you.
Thank you. So the major hurdles for developing this technology was looking at how the electronics would operate once installed, once utilized. Once we figure, it looks complicated, but it's just a computer. It's just a computer. I know it looks complicated. If you go to our website and you look at the slides that we have that basically illustrate it, it's basically an example. The actual electronics we can't present because it's an IP. We're giving you an example of what the technology will do and how it functions. However, the main part of it was how do we create efficiency, reduce heat buildup, and at the same time utilize these electronics that will work long term. Because when designing electronics, you have 3 tiers of electronic quality. You have the top tier, you have the mid tier, you have the low tier. The low tier is what's used mostly in consumer products. So it burns out, you have problems, you got to replace it, you have to get it fixed. We don't use those tiers. Then the second tier of components is what's used in a higher quality, consumer product and industrial products, which is second tier, which have a longer lifespan. We don't use those either. Then you have the top tier, which lasts for years and years and years and years and years. Those are the components that we're using. And right now in the world, there's some shortages of certain, components, especially microprocessors. However, how do we get around that? Through partnerships. It's not that there's a shortage. It's just certain countries have issues with other countries, so they don't want to sell those components to them. Or they're telling them, well, we don't have enough to share. That's the problem. But in partnerships, you can overcome that. And right now, the world is having problems with forming good partnerships with each other. We see that, We've overcome it through that process, those steps. And again, it's just a computer. It's a specialized computer. That's what MMP is, a specialized computer. Oh, and let me just say this, if I may. So the long-term agenda is to keep building better and better and better technologies, so that one piece of technology can do many things. Some of those things I can't say right now. But I'm saying doing many things that people use daily. That's what the agenda is. It's just getting the permission to add that to this technology. Where, some countries and states and, municipalities, they require certain licensing and other requirements based on, rules and regulations of certain technologies. Well, this technology can contain 4 or 5 different technologies operating together. This is what we have seen. But to be able to do that, and again, it's going to be micro. You don't need a lot of huge electronic systems to make daily usage of technology possible. You can use micro technology and simply implement it inside of this MMP unit, and it will do what these multi-billion-dollar systems do. But in order to do that, you have to go through a lot of, policy managers and so forth, and rules and regulations and guidelines that, countries and states, etc. have. But this is what this technology is capable of. And it took us time to realize that, because we had to actually research and look at all of the different technologies that's used, not simply in crypto. No, this is beyond crypto, that's being used daily. And we realized, wait a minute, we can create this component and add this to MMP, and we can run this entire system. We can run this particular mechanism, or run this particular industry's technology. It's just a simple insert of a component in the electronic board into the MMP, which will allow you to do more than just crypto, than just blockchain. This is what we realized. So the technology has multiple uses, more than dual, like multiple uses, and can do a lot. And if it's decentralized, that means that you earn income from all of the decentralized applications of the technology. In short, you won't have to work on a job again. There would be no need for it. But for people who want to work on jobs, they can do that and use the technology, or use the technology and not have to work on the job, period. And as I said before, because it's such a huge ecosystem that we're building, you can participate in multiple areas, multiple sources of income: passive, residual, recurring, digital, physical. All of that's available in the ecosystem that we've built. I think I answered that question, but if I didn't, please let me know.
Thank you. You did. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, very much for your great questions. And Tony did very well with the question. So, Tony, we need to wrap up this AMS session. So, before wrapping up, do you want to say something to our community?
Sure. Thank you for everyone who participated in this AMA. We would like to work with our host and do more to make people aware of what we're doing, because we want people to become aware as soon as possible before the technology is licensed out. But in addition to that, as I said before, for those people who actually join our Telegram, our Twitter, and our Discord, we're going to do our airdrop next week. So you want to be available for that. You want to get this you want to get these first tokens, because this is key. First people who come in usually are the people who gain the greatest advantage. We know that. So we're going to do the airdrop next week, followed by the pre-sale. So I would say join, definitely get on our social media. And again, the technology, we're going to be presenting new information on the technology every couple of days on our social media. We have some coming in the next 2 days to share with people what we're working on, what we're doing, what's coming. And I'm not saying coming as, like years from now. No, I'm saying a few months from now. It's already ready to go. So in closing, I would like to say again, thank you to everyone who joined us, and definitely get your PlatinumO2 token airdrop and be ready to get as many tokens as you can, because right now we have a certain amount of tokens that we have allocated to our airdrop, but we also have a certain amount of tokens for staking, etc. So we would like to be able to share this with people immediately and receive more information regarding the technology. Because as I said, what you see on the website is basically an illustration of the technology, but not the details of the technology. We can't put that out right now, because believe me, if other companies saw what we're doing, they would go after it instantly, because they see the power, the possibilities in it. So we can't disclose certain things. We have to get it into industry first, and then let other people, let the companies, I should say, try to follow it. But they won't be able to breach the technology or infringe upon our IP, because it's so unique. It doesn't exist right now. It's so unique, and it focuses on people, not corporations, not elites, and not big conglomerates and organizations and and so forth. It focuses on the people. That's why that's where the power is focused and targeted towards the people. The people need it later for these big corporations, and that's where we are with this. So if we have any last questions, I would like to maybe answer one more question before we conclude.
Yeah, it's all about 1.3 hours already. So
Okay.
I just wanted to say, our community members, if you have more questions, you may ask their Telegram group. They will here to answer all. And anyone or everyone join their Telegram, their Twitter, their Discord. There you will get all information about the PlatinumO2 token. And as there are pre-sale is coming, so anyone can stay tuned with the Platinum token. So thank you, Danny, for your time, and you have described very well your community.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.